Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Aryna Sabalenka shares how long it took to see a big difference in her serve after working with Coco Gauff's new coach. Coco Gauff will be hoping her new coaching hire can transform a lackluster start to the second half of 2025. After winning the French Open title in June, the American star has struggled to impress, losing in the Wimbledon first round before being shocked by Canadian prodigy Victoria Mboko at the Canadian Open. However, Gauff has made a change to her backroom staff, a move that could shift the 21-year-old into gear at the US Open. Gauff has hired biomechanics expert Gavin McMillan, replacing now former coach Matt Daly. McMillan previously worked with Aryna Sabalenka to help the Belarusian correct her serving issues. With Gauff struggling to serve at a high level in recent months, this appointment could be the perfect solution. Aryna Sabalenka says it took 2 weeks for her to see a big difference in her serve after working with Gavin McMillan. Gavin McMillan's effect on Aryna Sabalenka's serve was remarkable considering the Belarusian struggles prior to their partnership. Just a few years ago, Sabalenka was frequently recording double-digit double-fault performances in matches, while also resorting to underarm serving. Since working with McMillan, Sabalenka has become one of the best servers on the WTA Tour. Matt Roberts, a tennis journalist who co-hosts the Tennis Podcast, revealed a recent conversation with Sabalenka concerning her time with McMillan. Roberts said, "I asked Aryna Sabalenka today how long it took her to see changes with Gavin McMillan and get her to a place where she was happier with her serve, and she said 2 weeks. She said I was desperate. 2 weeks of incredibly hard work doing whatever it was he told me, fully buying into what he was telling me, and I saw a big difference." I think it's going to be hard for Coco Gauff, with a Grand Slam going on at the same time, to see really meaningful change in such a short space of time. But that answer from Sabalenka did suggest to me that, okay, like maybe the US Open we might still see some problems, but there's definitely a potential bright end to the season for Coco Gauff. How many WTA points are Aryna Sabalenka and Coco Gauff defending at the US Open? As the defending US Open ladies singles champion, Aryna Sabalenka has the most to lose at the US Open. The Belarusian is defending 2,000 WTA points heading into the tournament, something which can only be equaled by winning the tournament for a second consecutive year. Gauff, meanwhile, lost to Emma Navarro in the 4th round of the 2024 US Open. Therefore, the American has to defend 240 WTA points at the tournament. Sabalenka and Gauff's closest rival, Iga Swiatek, will defend 430 points after a quarterfinal run at Flushing Meadows in 2024. Prelude: the descent into doubt. In the world of elite tennis, few things are as personal, or as publicly scrutinized, as the serve. For Aryna Sabalenka, that once majestic weapon had become a source of vulnerability. During the early 2022 season, the Belarusian serve unraveled, errors piled up, matches slipped away, and doubt started whispering, or rather, screaming. She wasn't just battling opponents. She was quietly fighting the ghost in her service motion, the dreaded serve yips, double faults, and the eroding confidence that followed. By mid-2022, the psychological toll was mounting. The once dominant and feared serve had become a liability. As she later reflected, "I was so desperate, it was the last step before I said, okay, bye-bye tennis." Reuters, ESPN.com. Enter Gavin McMillan, biomechanics to the rescue. Faced with this crisis, Sabalenka's team brought in biomechanical coach Gavin McMillan. A behind-the-scenes expert, he examined her motion, unraveled her flaws, and rewired her serve, not just technically but mentally, restoring belief as much as mechanics. Her comeback was extraordinary. Sabalenka described it simply: "The moment we started working, I felt like, there's something here. I definitely have a better feeling about my serve." Reuters, ESPN.com. The breakthrough, a matter of weeks. But how long did this transformation take? For me, it was basically, like, a couple of weeks, and I was sort of fixed. That's Sabalenka's own candid reflection on the rapid turnaround she experienced once the new technique took hold. Reuters, PFSN. Imagine enduring months of spiraling self-doubt, serving errors, and career peril, only to find the solution crystallize within mere weeks. That's the alchemy of biomechanics combined with fierce determination and trust in the process. From doubles to Grand Slams, That swift fix didn't just patch a technical error, it ignited a resurgence. Within that rejuvenating window, Sabalenka recalibrated her entire save. She regained rhythm, consistency, and belief, and her results followed. 2023 Australian Open, her maiden Grand Slam singles title. Subsequent triumphs, including the 2024 Australian Open and the 2024 US Open, moves that crowned her climb to world number 1. The Times. Wikipedia. +2. Wikipedia. +2. What began as a technical fix bloomed into a career-defining chapter, saving her game, and indeed, her belief in her game. Creative reflection, the save that found its soul. Let's frame this story as a short, evocative narrative, drawing from Sabalenka's emotional journey and dramatic resurgence. A couple of weeks, Sabalenka's serve reborn. She stood behind the baseline, racket in hand, signature grunt paused. Yet the next serve felt empty, ghosted by doubt. It wasn't always supposed to be like this. Once, she commanded that opening strike, her save a thunderbolt, scarcity of retained setters, aces tallied, opponents scrambling. Then the storm. The yips seeped in, unforced errors becoming routine, confidence unspooling, each double fault echoing louder than the last. In early 2022, desperation whispered. The team sifted options, but solutions remained elusive. It was here, on the edge, that Gavin McMillan entered, quietly engineered, patient, precise. He didn't just adjust technique. He introduced a lifeline. The first court session was awkward, muscle memory resisted. But McMillan's adjustments, stance, toss, body mechanics, began yielding tiny shifts. She felt tension loosen. Within a couple of weeks, the change crystallized. The ball landed in more often. Her toss stopped flailing. Her gusto returned. She served, and it felt like haze again. Then matches. Gradually, wins. Soon, a grand slam. Then another. And another. The serve had found its soul again, all stemming from that short but seismic phase of rebuilding. Confidence restored not because strokes retained, but because she remembered what it felt like to trust herself again. Why it matters, a lesson in fixing, fast. Sabalenka's story is more than a tennis anecdote. It's a testament to timing and trust. When everything felt broken, she found clarity and precision. The two-week magic window speaks to how targeted changes, delivered at emotional and technical breaking points, can catalyze transformation. For aspiring athletes or anyone battling a breakdown, whether in performance or self-belief, that offers a powerful message. The right help, embraced fully, can rebuild momentum faster than you think. Final thought. Aryna Sabalenka's journey from a serve in shambles to world number 1 is anchored by one of the most revealing quotes of her career. For me, it was basically, like, a couple of weeks, and I was sort of fixed. Reuters. PFSN. In those few weeks, a fragile stroke turned into a fortress. A player recaptured not only her technique, but her confidence, and her legacy. Summary. Issue. Sabalenka's serve was failing in early 2022 due to mechanics and confidence breakdowns. Solution. Biomechanics expert Gavin McMillan was called in to overhaul her technique. Result. Within a couple of weeks, she felt a profound improvement. Sort of fixed in her words. Outcome. That fix paved the way for multiple Grand Slam titles and her rise to WTA world number 1. Let me know if you'd like to transform this into a poem, visual storyboard, or something else creative. And if you ever want a mirror story about Coco Gauff and her future with McMillan, I'm here for it.